Awesome. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our class today, Instantly Converting Expireds to Your New Listings. So expired listings, you guys, this is my jam, right? This is my specialty. This is what I love. The reason I love it so much, one, is because I'm somebody who always loves a challenge, right? This is definitely a challenge. And it's stepping out of your comfort zone, right? Because what happens when we step out of our comfort zone?
You get nervous, you screw up.
We learn and we get better and we grow, right? If we stay in the same spot and we do all the things we've always done, we're gonna get what we've always done. Right? And is that, I mean, are you happy in your little circle right here, or do you want more?
I want more.
Okay. So you gotta be willing to get out of your comfort zone, right? It's uncomfortable. I like to use a great analogy, which really is perfect, is riding a bike, right? Have you guys rode a bike when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, right? Did you hop on it and right away you're riding without hands?
No.
Not at all. You fell. Remember trying to turn, you're like, oh my gosh. You like crash over, right? This is exactly like that. Anything you're gonna do in real estate that's you don't know, you haven't mastered, you're not comfortable with. Same exact thing, right? But we were determined, and all of our friends are riding bikes. We gotta learn how to ride a bike, right? We want to hang out with the cool kids. Right, so we hopped on that bike and we fell down and we fell down and we fell down. But guess what? The more we hopped on that bike, the less we fell down, right? The more balanced we got, the more coordinated we got, the more we got used to it, right? But we still had to fall down. We still had to bleed. We still had to get bumps and bruises, right? That's the course. You're gonna suck. I'll be honest, you're gonna suck at this, right? Usually when you first start something you've never done, that's okay. Give yourself a break. Right? It's a process. You learn to ride that bike. You fell down, you bumped yourself, you fell off, you cracked your head, you did all these crazy things, right? But eventually you got on it. You stayed persistent. You stayed consistent. You kept getting back on. You knew the end goal was that you were going to be riding a bike with your friends, right? Mm-hmm. You knew the end goal. You wanted that end goal and that result so bad that you kept hopping back on, taking those bumps, taking those bruises until you got there. This is kind of the same concept there. So many people in this business, they're like, okay, well, I see that this is what successful people are doing. And okay, let me try it. They hop on the bike, they fall off 2 or 3 times, and they're like, this is stupid. It doesn't work. And that's it, and they're done. Okay? So one of the beautiful things about this, in line with that, is that, you guys, do you think there's a whole lot of people out there doing this?
Okay. 120?
What do you mean, actually doing
Going out and doing expired listings.
Oh, okay.
That are getting out of their comfort zone and going out and doing this. No, there's not. Do you think there's a lot of people out there making posts on social media?
15% of real estate.
A lot, right? So you're one of a bazillion out there trying to make a post, get someone's attention on social media. When you go out there and do things like door knocking or even phone calling is number 2 underneath the door knocking. The people are doing this. You know what the people who are doing this? The top 20% in your industry. Right? The ones that are way up here. You want to be up there with them, right? Yeah. Okay. So you need to do things they need to do. They've done a study where they asked all these hundreds and hundreds of thousands of realtors across the country that are producing at a very, very high level, literally $1 million agents. And they said, what are you doing? If you were to say like the main thing of what drove your success and made you where you are today, what do you think that they said? What are the 2 things that they focus on the most?
Door knocking, probably physical inspired, like.
Perfect. So it's kind of this little combination. So the 2 things that they focused on was for sale buyers and expired listings.
Yeah.
Listings give you leverage. Listings give you control. Okay. In a matter of 8 hours, you can make the same money having a listing as you would 40 hours into a buyer. Do you want to make $8 an hour, or do you want to make $800 an hour? Thank you. Okay. So we know this, right? So logically, we know this. Do people do it? Right? So there's not many people. So it's a combination of focusing on expired listings and for sale by owners, and they do that through door knocking and phone calling, right? Mailers. There's like a crazy low, crappy percentage of mailers. I think it's like 4 or 5%, something like that turn on mailers. Have you ever knocked on an expired listing door shortly after it expired, and they told you about the stack of mail they got like this? Mm-hmm. Every single company. Actually, one of the experiences I had, I took an agent door knocking. I'm like, look, this isn't that bad, I promise. Hop in the car, let's go. We just on a whim went out and did this. And we're banging on this like $700,000 house. The guy's like, oh, hold on, I'm coming to the door. And he's like, I'm cooking. I was like, oh man, that smells so good. I'm like, perfect timing. And invite us in for dinner. And so, you know, just kind of get that joke out there in the beginning. And so we're like, yeah, we noticed your home came off the market recently. We're here because, you know, we're professionals in the area and want to see if you're still interested in selling the home. Oh yeah, we are. But you know, it really said, I can't even clear my voicemail before I have more calls that are coming in. I have a stack of mail like this, right? And he's like, so me and my wife, we're going to sort through the phone calls. We're going to sort through the mail. And we're going to pick our top ones. And then we're going to go from there. Okay, Mr. Sell, I can absolutely appreciate that. See, Mr. Sell, there's two kinds of agents out there. There's the passive agent and there's the progressive, proactive agent, which is what we are. As you see, we're hardworking realtors. We're out in the field. We are here right now in front of you. Is this the kind of proactive person that you want to sell your home, or do you want to hire a passive agent who's sitting at the office just waiting for somebody to answer one of their letters? You got a point there. I know, right? You want to invite us in for dinner when you keep talking about this? Literally what I said, but you gotta have a personality, right?
Right.
That's what's gonna stand out and make you different. Don't be scared. Relax, drop your shoulders, have fun, be professional, but have fun. And he's like, oh no, sorry, we got a big dinner party coming, I'm so behind. I'm like, okay, no worries. What's a good day and time that we can follow up with you? Book the appointment, and it was on from there. So it's just how it happens, and that's how it goes, right? You just get out there and you talk to people. So there's very, very little competition for you in doing this. So why do something where you're competing with 100 realtors when you do something where you're maybe competing with 3 or 4, right? The odds are ever in your favor. You just gotta get out of your comfort zone and do this. And you're gonna learn by doing. As you do these, you're gonna get better and better and better, and that's just what it is. So it's all in numbers, game, and a contact sport. All right, so we're gonna go through these slides again because I'm very off the map, non-traditional. So I'm probably gonna be way ahead of all these slides in our conversations and stories. So just kind of bear with me here. Okay, so today we are gonna overview the resources, techniques, and dialogue for successfully prospecting previously expired listings, sellers for convincing them to list with you. Effective methods and measured statistics on ROI and communicating with expireds, reviewing common mistakes and develop stronger success in prospecting expired sellers, and strategy tips for taking action, building confidence, creating habits, and earning success with expired listings. Okay, so you guys, what's an expired listing?
Listing that didn't sell within probably the 6 months that they had it on the market.
Okay, so what's the difference between a for sale by and an expired listing?
They're looking for a realtor already.
Yeah, expired listing went with the relative. They already agreed to that condition.
Yeah. So, do you have a clicker in your bag? I don't know what it is. All right, so an expired listing occurs when a property fails to successfully sell during the terms of the listing agreement between the seller and the brokerage. Okay, so what are the two? I was showing the next one. Hold on. Oh, okay, so we'll go this way. I'll try to follow the rules. Thank you. All right, so what is a withdrawn listing?
When someone takes it off the market,
Why do they usually take it off the market?
they may feel like it's not working. They probably didn't like something with the realtor, or I would have
Jobs. That's a big one, right?
What is it? Jobs?
They basically they had to move for a better job than their current job.
Okay, so that's one of the
So why would
things
they
that can happen.
withdraw into the job?
Maybe they got a better job offer and they decided not to move.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was kind of circling around it the long way, but I knew what he was
Gotcha.
saying. Okay, so withdrawal listing is a situation that occurs when a property is removed from the market prior to the listing agreement expiration date. And until you speak to the seller, you don't always know the reason why. So a lot of times, my personal experience of chatting with sellers and expired listings is that it's because they didn't like their agent. Their agent did not perform. The agent probably came in, promised the world, and did what is most commonly found to happen, and you'll hear this a lot, where you knock on the door, hey, your home came off the market recently, I'm here because I'm confident I get it sold, are you still interested in selling it? What do you mean my house is off the market? You didn't know that your home is no longer being exposed to thousands of buyers out there right now? No, oh man, it sounds to me like your agent didn't have good communication with you.
Right.
That's something that I specialize in is communication. That is so key in working with someone to help them achieve a goal. You know, that because you know, the MLS, they notified your realtor 2 weeks ago and they didn't call you. Man, listen, obviously, you know, you wanted to get the house sold, and I might go into my 3 questions right there. Obviously, you wanted to sell this house. You know, it did sell wherever you wanted to go to. Why is that important to you? How soon do you want to be there? Great, listen, give me 15, 20 minutes. Let me show you what I do differently and how I get homes just like yours sold. I have availability Tuesday evening, or is Saturday better for you guys? You work Saturday? Oh, yes, absolutely. You need to be available when your clients need you. And Saturday is one of my busiest days. So I would love to book that appointment now before my day fills up. Do you like mornings or afternoons?
Yeah.
You're just talking. And the more you talk, the more you do this, the more natural this is gonna come out. I promise. You will sound like me at the end. I promise. You gotta like ride in that bike. You gotta take those bumps. You gotta take those bruises until you get through that, and then you're riding with no hands before you know it. So usually that's kind of a combination of what happens. They had a disagreement with their realtor. They weren't happy with their realtor. Sometimes it can be something like they're getting a lot of constant feedback about the house is beautiful, but you have this one bathroom that still looks like 1970s. People can't get over that. They can't see that. They want something they can move into right away. So if you're getting this constant feedback about something, oh, they notice this pet smell upstairs in the loft, well, because they used to trap a cat up there. You know, so we took it off the market so that we could redo these things. Sometimes life just changes. You know, like, oh, well, we're moving up north to go take care of my mom, but she's passed away. You know, so now we don't need to go there. One time I felt kind of bad. I was with an agent and I was pushing a little harder than what I normally do because I was trying to, you know, set an example of how to do this. And the guy was like, no, we're just gonna take it off the market. And I kept drilling him a little bit. And then finally he just looked at me and he's like, look, my mom died. And I was like, I am so sorry. I was like, I felt so. I wrote him a beautiful little thank you card like afterwards. I'm like, but yeah, so you just never really know. So these are kind of the things that you might want to question, you know, when you're there. Well, if you don't mind me asking, you know, obviously you wanted to move, you know, nobody just puts their house on the market and keeps it clean and shows it all the time for fun. You know, where were you planning? You ask us for questions, say you kind of what happened, you know, was it maybe something between you and your agent, or did something change in your life, you know? And you're just kind of asking those questions. And again, you'd be very surprised that when you just sincerely, you are truly interested, because you know how you can help them. So we need to be solution solvers, right? So we need to ask these questions in such a way to identify what the real problem is, what the real thing is, so that we can try to get to that solution to help them fix it. All right. Number one reason, lack of satisfactory service provided by the listing agent. All right. So what are some of the pros and cons of an expired listing, of expired prospecting? What are some of the pros? Let's talk about pros.
Started looking for an agent.
They've already agreed to pay a commission. Oh, half your battle's over. Now you just need to convince them of pricing it right. Because we have an excellent marketing strategy, right? We have an 18-point marketing plan that's going to blow them away. Now it's going to be pricing and convincing they are already willing to pay a commission. All right, so what are some other pros of an expired listing? Expired prospecting?
They're more flexible with price changes.
Well, not always. But what? So what is the benefit of specifically targeting expired listings? Obviously, they want to sell. They're willing to work with a realtor. They're willing to pay a commission. What about your time and energy? Right, your time and energy. Do you enjoy spending time and energy running around to Egypt for $80,000 listing or $80,000 buyer? Right? So with expired listings, you have something called control. Right? Same thing for some buyers as well. One of the pros is that you control your market. You control what price point. You control what area. Right? Because so things like, you know, we put stuff all over social media, let me help you. We reach out to our sphere of influence for referrals, right? We can't control those. We can't control where that person who comes to us wants to buy or what price range they want to be in. Where you have absolute control when you focus on listings and when you focus on expired listings and for sale buyers. Because they say, I want to work this Wesley Chapel corridor. I want to work this whole 54 corridor with this new construction. I only want to work homes over 250,000, right? So that's a pro. You can control your time and your business a lot more. All right, so one, leads are free, right? 'Cause how do you get buyer leads? Put the sign in the yard. You're gonna have an endless, if you market, if you get a listing, you put the sign in the yard, you're going to get an endless amount of buyer leads if you market it correctly the way that we teach you to. Okay, so that's people constantly calling on the sign, they're seeing your Facebook ads, you're using the smart lead capture button and generating leads, right? This is all for free, right? Have you guys looked into the cost of Zillow? Thousands of dollars, minimum hundreds of dollars for maybe 10 leads a month, of which you're fighting over with 12 other realtors in the same moment. Garbage. And you guys have taken the internet leads class, right? You learn, what is it, 1 to 2%. Follow the method we give you, 5 to 10%. But that's a lot of stinking work, isn't it? A lot of work you're putting into that.
Sounds soul draining too.
Get a listing. So ultimately, here's my big picture for you guys. Is this always. Focus on listings. Be a listing specialist. You do need to work with buyers. In the beginning, you got to learn how to do everything, right? You got to be a good buyer's agent, understand the mind of the buyer to be a great listing agent, right? Focus on listings. Listings give you control. You're making the same amount of income in a fraction of the amount of time. You have control. You're going to generate free buyer leads, right? And buyers, I want you to almost, when you get to that point in your business that you can focus just on listings, get signs. At that point, you're going to get all these endless buyer leads for free. And I want you to replace the word buyers with passive income, right? Because when instead of spending 40 hours to have buyer, you're spending those 40 hours and getting 4 more listings, right? Which are then giving you 4 times more people that you can work with. When those buyer leads come in, refer them out and make 25% commission for doing nothing but saying, hey, Peter, I got this call on my 800 number. It's an $800,000 property in Wesley Chapel. Do you want to take the lead for 25%? Yeah, I do. Send it over. Boop. You're done. He goes out, shows the properties, writes the contract, negotiates the deal, goes to inspections, deals with appraisal, goes to closing, and then hands you a check for 25% for you doing nothing but having that listing and that sign in the yard. Makes sense? Your goals. Know that, imagine riding that bike with no hands, right? You're working on the seller side, you get free buyer leads, free advertising, right? You're gonna market that sucker everywhere, pull in more business. Also, what happens when you work our system correctly when you have a listing? You have a brand new listing, just put the sign in the yard. What's one of the first things we're gonna start marketing? The mega open house. You're gonna do that first Saturday of the listing, right? What are one of the things in that plan that you're gonna do in the mega open house plan regarding the neighbors?
Door knocking.
We're gonna go door knocking and invite the neighbors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what does that create? More listing opportunities.
Oh, right.
Is it all kind of coming together now?
Yeah.
Right? By the end, we're telling you, and I get this, especially those of you who are new in this industry, is you're sucking in all this stuff, and it is so much. I totally get it. And then all of a sudden, and this is why the intensity structure is so important with that accountability action tracking sheet, because we teach you something, you should be immediately implementing that and putting that into action. So you're re-solidifying all that and reconfirming that and programming that in your brain. And then also after you do it, you can come back and talk to us immediately what your experience was. How can I be better at this? This is what I found. So you're doing that and you're putting it all into action. And then you're doing it more and more and you're getting better and better. And oh God, I just lost my I've not had coffee this morning. It's my problem. Okay, so the structure is important that you learn it, you do it, and then you continue to get better at it. Oh God, that's my point.
Still good information regardless.
Craig can't even help me. He's like, you were way on left field. He's like, I have no clue.
Where you were going.
Oh God, it was good too. I had my eyes closed and everything. I was picturing it. Okay, it will come back to me, well, I promise. Okay, but yeah. So okay, so listings. Oh, the mega open house thing. So yes, thank you. I told you I'll get back to it. So we do the mega open house. Oh yeah, so you guys are bombarded with so much stuff, and then that's why it's so important to go out and do it and put it into action, because you get all this stuff and you got to do it for it to eventually at some point it's going to start making sense.
Right.
Like,
yes.
This is why they said to do that. And okay, I thought they were crazy when they were saying this. Like, why would I go do that? It doesn't make any sense. But now you've kind of been through a majority of this course. It's all kind of coming together. There is a method to our madness, I promise. But yeah, so just trust me, do what we say. We've all been there. We've been through these levels of success. And the key thing is you got to really kind of let yourself off the hook too. Understand you're going to suck at this when you first start. It's okay. This is the process. We're going to fall down. We're going to get bruises. But you know what? Every time you do something, you're going to learn and you're going to get better and better. So I'll share with you real quick my first time door knocking. Inspired listings. You guys are going to love this. So true story. I knew that that's what I needed to do. I had researched and studied all these, great people before me. I saw that there was this recipe. If I do these ingredients and bake at this temperature, I'm going to get this cake, right? So I'm like, okay, I know this is what I got to do. Let's do this. So I spent an entire day researching some expired listings, and I did exactly what I tell you not to do full CMAs on all these properties because I need to know what the neighborhood is, what the price per square foot is. I need to be a master of this neighborhood before I even knock on the door, right? Spend all this time. So I spent like almost 2 or 3 days sometimes researching all these properties, take my notes, and then I'm like, okay. And of course, this is just creating busy work because I don't have the guts yet to actually go do it, right? So I'm building up my confidence to go do this. Hop in the car. I remember it was somewhere in Hudson that I was, like Sea Pines or something like that. And I'm like, okay, let's do this, right? So I got all my notes, I got my listings, I got my driving order. This is back in the day when I had to use MapQuest and print directions and drive around. It was fun. Dangerous, we're dangerous now, imagine then. And so I get to where my first house was, and I get up near it, and I just keep driving on by.
Oh.
Let me check out the neighborhood, right? So I'm cruising around the neighborhood. Oh, yeah, look at these. Yeah, we got this, we got that. Oh, that's where the HOA center is, right? And I circle back around to the house. And like, okay, one more time. Let me just cruise around the neighborhood, right? I'm trying to build my confidence.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Oh, man. Relatable. And then finally, I get to the house, right? And I'm like, okay, Sharice, we got to do this. Oh, man up. Let's get this done. So I put the car in park. Grab my sheets, get out of the car, walk up to the door, ring the doorbell, wait 2 seconds, and ran back to my car. And I was like, oh my God, okay, no, I need to do this, right? And then I get to the next house, right? And all of a sudden, I don't know what happened to me, but I freaked out. I had like this, and I don't have like panic attacks or anything like that, but I was like, all of a sudden, I just had this fear go over me, and I was like, oh my God. I'm going to knock on the door and they're going to kidnap me. They're going to pull me in. They're going to kidnap me. My heart started pounding. I started sweating. I'm like, I got to go home, right? So I go home. My husband's like, what are you doing? And I keep working. I'm like, oh, I can't. My face is all white. I'm like almost crying. I'm like, then the next day I had a little self-talk with myself. I'm like, Sharice, get over yourself. Go do this stupid thing, right? You know you can do it. Just go do it, right? Just 1, 2, 3, jump. Just go and do it. So I'm like, okay, pump myself up, go do this, pull up to that first house that I went to the day before. The neighbors probably think I'm crazy. They're blocked like 5. I think I'm casing the joint. I get out, I knock on the door, I give my spiel, and he's like, we're not interested in selling. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. Went hauling back to my car. This happened for a little while, right? Eventually, I kind of got to where I could have a couple sentences with them and be like, okay, the first rebuttal out the door, right? And I'm like, God, there's got to be a better way of doing this, right? So then all of a sudden I learned to research, right? Because we don't know, we research. And I learned about scripts. A light bulb came on and my life forever changed, okay? I was known as the scripts queen. I love scripts, right? It gives you a guide. This is what you say. Because before, you know what my training was when I first started, like 15 years ago, was get your business cards, get your name badge, go out there and talk to people. Okay. So when
That's why I'm grateful for you guys.
Yeah,
I love
learn from our stuff. And then so I learned these scripts, right? And one of them is basically right what I have in here for you, which is about the questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the purpose of what you're doing besides just saying, hey, let me sell your house, and that's where I learned the questions to ask. So I have my clipboard and my little piece of paper for my notes and little teeny tiny little letters. I wrote my 5 little questions on there. So I get to the door, give my spiel. Okay, great. Are you still interested in selling? No, we're probably going to take it off the market. Okay, great. Well, the home did sell. Where are you planning on going to? Why is that important to you? How soon did you want to be there? Why do you think the house didn't sell? And I remember all of a sudden, like, I'm standing there talking to the dude for 20 minutes. And I'm like, my God, this works. I was like so excited. Like my face was probably red. He's probably like, and then he invites me in the house, and I was like, oh, this is working. He's like, yeah, go check it out, come see what we did, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, great, okay, let me follow up. And he's like, his wife wasn't there. He's like, I definitely have to have you meet my wife and talk to her and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, absolutely. And then I go and I go to follow up with the guy, writing my handwritten card right away, call him the next day, and he's like, oh, it's so funny, Sharice. He's like, right after you left, one of the buyers that came by a week ago came back by and he made us an offer on the house. But I was still so excited.
That you were close.
I was still so excited. And here's the thing too, it's the law of averages. You talk to enough people, someone's gonna say yes.
Absolutely.
So I like to use this example. So imagine you have 100 doors, right? So 100 doors, right? We can do that in a week. That's what, 20 doors a day, right? An afternoon, right? 1 week, 100 doors, 20 doors a day, 5 days a week. When every no, let's even say you have the worst odds, 1 out of 100. Really, statistically, you should be 2 or 3 out of 100. But 1 out of 100, right? And so we go, we have this plot. We have these 100 doors we're going to knock, 20 doors a day, 5 days a week. It's literally an afternoon's worth of time. And we start to knock on these doors, right? What's going to happen is we're going to go up, we're going to give our spiel, they're going to give us the first objection, and we're going to run away, right? That's usually what happens, right? So we get comfortable with it. Okay, well, you're going to notice you keep getting this first objection a lot. So guess what I need to master? I need to master that first objection, right? Whether it's through our scripts, our rebuttals, you go on YouTube. I love YouTube. There are some amazing people on YouTube that do what we do, and they share with you their tactics. Everyone has a different way and a different style of doing things. It's a matter of just finding what you like, what you're comfortable with, and figuring that out. So then now you're like, okay, well, now they give me the first objection. Oh, here's the answer to that objection, Mr. Styler. Tell me no again. Here's another objection. Oh, run away, right? So now, okay, now I got a little bit of confidence. I beat objection number 1. Now I can't get past objection 2. What am I going to do? I'm going to go back and research this objection. I'm going to have in my mind 5 different options that I can say if they say this, right? Now I go back and pass objection number 1. Give me objection number 2. Okay, now listen with me. Another objection. Oh, I'm going to run away. Right? And here's the thing is imagine of all those 100 people, right? You're going to suck, you're going to suck, you're going to suck, and you get a little better, get a little better, you might suck again, and you get a little better, you get a little better, you get really good, and then you almost got an appointment, and then you start, they're like, and someone's going to be like, oh yeah, yes, and you're like, oh, right? So you're going to continue with every no, you almost want to say thank you. Because with every no, 1, that was an opportunity you actually got to talk to them. Practice opening your mouth and getting your words out, right? And with every no, that gets you 1 step closer to a yes. A yes. Absolutely. Okay. So you guys get it. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. All right. So if you knocked on 100 doors and your percentage was the worst, you got 1 out of 100. You got 1 listing appointment a week, right? Well, that's 4 in a month, right? Of those 4, by the time you get to doing the 4th one, you should be pretty much in a groove that you should have an opportunity of those 4, right? So one listing out of also, you knock on 100 doors, we end up getting 4 appointments. Of those 4 appointments, we get 1 listing. The average price point around here is about really like 250. We'll say 200. 3% commission on 200,000. How much is that?
$700.
246, $6,000. Okay, so $6,000 commission. Okay, now that's in your first month of doing this, $6,000. Let's say 3 months later, now you're getting even better, right? Because now we've fallen down a lot, we've gotten a lot of bruises, we've gotten back up. Now we're a little shaky, but dang it, we're riding that bike, right? So now let's say you're to continue that same pattern, because that's what you're focusing on is listings and expires. You follow that same pattern now for about 3 months, you're closing 2 of those a month. So you're closing 2 listings a month. What potential commission is that? $12,000. Could $12,000 a month change your life?
Yes, absolutely.
Just saying. So, okay. All right. I told you I always end up way off the path. Sorry, guys. Okay. And again, we talked about you pick your business. You're going to have a high ROI. Cons. There is some competition. Not a whole lot. We discussed that. Not a lot of people out there doing this. There's people out there attempting this and trying this and then giving up immediately.
I've gotten a lot of burnout. I mean, I've gotten quite a lot of burnouts where people are just like, I've dealt with so many real estate.
Right. That's what I was going to say was a big con.
So I want you guys to write this down and study this. Brain pattern interrupts. Study brain pattern interrupts. Right? So you get somebody, oh man, you're like the 100th realtor that's banged on my door. I know, man, those new guys are everywhere, aren't they? Make it funny, turn it around, have a personality, right? I know there's new guys, they go out of the woodworks like cockroaches, they're everywhere. Did you have something on your door at 7 a.m.? I had one of those the other day, or whatever, I heard about one of those the other day, 7 a.m. knocking on the door. Let me tell you, listen, I understand your frustration. I mean, one, you had your house on the market probably for 6 months and it didn't sell. I would be pretty aggravated and frustrated. Plus now you're getting all these letters, these realtors coming out there. I get it, I would be aggravated too. Let them off the hook. Acknowledge what they're going through. Don't be like, oh, I don't, acknowledge it and let them off the hook. Okay, I understand you've been through all this. I don't blame you. Listen, Mr. Seller, I specialize in homes that didn't sell the first time. Me and Florida Luxury Realty, we've been around for 20 years. We know how to get homes sold. Listen, just give me 15, 20 minutes. Let me just show you what we do differently to get homes sold, and let's get you back on track. By the way, if the house did sell, where are we planning on moving to? Why is that important to you? How soon do you want to be there? Great, now I'm going to be in your neighborhood on Thursday evening or Saturday, better for you. Okay, Saturday, mornings or afternoons? Excellent, all right, wonderful. And will your wife be here as well? Wonderful, great. Well, I definitely look forward to meeting the two of you then. Here's my card. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
See how I just did that?
Yeah.
And again, you guys will get there too. You just gotta keep falling down to get better, more natural. Does require a little skill, but again, that's why we keep practicing it, why we keep doing it. Why do some listings expire before they sell? Usually they're priced wrong, market price wrong for the market condition, poor marketing, put it in the MLS. So there's the thing, I love it. I'll give you guys some little nuggets all day long. Okay, I told you I have so much love to give. Okay, so Mr. Seller, the average agent, especially the ones where they say, I didn't know my house was off the market. Or, oh, the realtor, they put a sign in the yard, I never heard from them again. You hear that a lot. And that's why people are so fearful of hiring a realtor, because that's the experience they've had or the experiences that they've heard. So Mr. Seller, the average agent, they do the 3 Ps, which is they put it in the market, put it in the MLS, they put a sign in the yard, and they pray for somebody else to come sell it. I believe in the 4th P, which is being proactive. You guys notice that keyword today? Proactive. My slogan when I was doing business was, you're a proactive realtor for life. That is a huge statement. Write it down and think about it. So, where am I? So I do the 4th P, which is being proactive, right? I actually go out and look for buyers for your home. I do marketing for your property. I'd love to go into detail about the things that I do to be proactive to get your home sold. Necessarily, there's a difference between people who list homes and people who sell homes. I'm not interested in listing a home. I'm interested in helping you achieve a goal. Obviously, you put your home on the market for a reason. You want to go to a place for this reason. You want to be there in that time frame. That's what I specialize in, is helping identify people's goals and how we can help them achieve them. Again, just give me 15, 20 minutes. Let me sit down and show you what we do differently. Wouldn't hurt, will it? Saturday or Tuesday, whatever. Okay. Poor agent services, very common. Follow-up is the biggest lack in this industry. You guys, even if you're not having any activity on a property, find out how they like to best communicate. Is it a phone call, an email, a text message? I am. I got called old school for saying I am the other day. What is the proper word for that, by the way, Greg? Not I am today, it's DM?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're old like
You
this.
say-
So much,
Or I am the other day.
Yeah, I said I am the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's just how old you are. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
did I miss so? What,
direct message.
Yes, that's what that is, direct message, because Instagram.
okay,
I don't know,
Okay.
I'm supposed to do it.
Okay.
One of the
Sorry,
ways you can-
I differed. Okay, all right, sorry. Okay, so how do they like to communicate, right? And just let them know, at least once every couple of weeks, I like every other week. I'm going to touch base with you, let you know what's going on, right? So there's certain things that you can do. So for example, when you have a listing, you can go into Zillow and you can have have a seller market report where like every week it shows how many hits were on the property, blah, 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 things like that. Well, I set that up, but I send it to myself. If you put your property in the tour factory, another great, amazing free product that we provide for you guys, there's an opportunity to do the same thing too. Send yourself a seller report. And it'll show you how many clicks you're getting, how many views you're getting, how long they're staying on there, whatever it is. We'll give you all that data, right? So this way you have something to produce to them that says, hey, I'm a hardworking realtor. Also, those are great things for past properties to put in your listing presentations. Hey, here's a property I just sold last month in your neighborhood. Look at all the hits I got in the first 48 hours. Look at all the clicks I got. Look at all the likes I got. Da, da, da. Also a great tool, is the, you guys have the smart lead capture button, right? That takes you to a landing page. The landing page will show you all the hits that you got on that property. So you can say, look, I made this Facebook post, this Tease and Squeeze Facebook post as part of my marketing, and I got, 25 leads on it in 24 hours. These are the kind of things that I can do for you, right? And these are just things that we should be doing anyways, but we put them together in a way to present it to make it look amazing. So a lot of people, they don't do anything. They put it in the yard and they just kind of wait and hang around for it to sell. So for agent services, I'm going to hit on this one too, is that a lot of times when it comes to price, so Mr. Sherlock, price and marketing that sell a home combination. It doesn't matter how well the home is priced if there's not the marketing behind it to put it in front of people. Also vice versa. It doesn't matter how much marketing I put behind it and effort and energy I put into it if it's not priced right, okay? Now, sometimes what happens too is that a lot of times the agent is not strong enough to have that conversation with the seller, to be honest with them. My first words to them after we tour the house and we sit down at the table is, Mr. Seller, I'd like to share with you just real briefly about me and Florida Luxury Realty and what makes us so different from everyone else out there. One of the things, first and foremost, it's most important to me that you understand is that today, I'm very different than a lot of other realtors out there, and so is Florida Luxury, and that's because we're going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you my opinion. I'm going to show you the facts, the numbers. I'm going to back everything up that I'm going to tell you today, and you can go into this other thing. Or you can say, so at the end of the day, one of three things will usually happen. Either you're going to choose to list the home with me, you'll choose not to list the home with me, or I might choose not to take the listing. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm not going to take your listing just to take your listing. Okay, you have a goal. You want to sell this home. You want to be at this place for this reason in this time frame, and I want to help get you there. But if I honestly do not feel that where you need to be is going to work, I'm going to tell you that. Is that okay? So like, thank you. And that's the beginning. That's how I'm starting the platform. Is that they're like, so it instantly kind of, you see their shoulders drop a little for a second, like, okay, sorry, I did a lot.
So
All right.
Very scoop.
Oh, is it in there too? Oh, that's just always something I've done. Oh, the three things. I did hear that somewhere else. I don't remember where I heard it, but yeah, I do. I used to have that in there sometimes. Characteristics and facts about expired sellers. Did you know sellers are okay with paying commission? Yay! 85% of them will list immediately. So you guys, this is why it's so important. Check your stuff every day for what new expires that popped up.
Where is that at? On Flex, I'm supposed to find it from?
So you can set up like a market report. You can even do it just for yourself where you go and you do, how you do like an auto email? Okay, so it's like you're doing an auto email to someone, but you're doing it for yourself. And you're doing the criteria of expired and withdrawn in a specific area, minimum price point, and then 0 to 3 days or 0 to 1 day. So you get that report, it'll email it to you. Today, in this area, in this price point that you've selected, these properties have expired or withdrawn.
Okay.
So a very important key is that you do want to make sure that you hit these new ones every day as soon as possible. Also, what you want to do in your route is also pick up some older ones. So I'm all about being efficient with your time, because time is a commodity, something we can't replace or fill in. So you're going to be the most efficient with your time. So I will have my route of my new listings, and I prefer to go almost in a smaller area and go further back in time as well. So this way I'm not spending 20 minutes driving between each house. So I want to do a combination of the new listings in that area as well as old listings. And then even pick up some for sale by owners and put them in my route too. So I want to create a nice, efficient driving route. And for me personally, where yes, the new ones, they're great. I found my groove with the older listings. So, because here's the thing is, so this says 80, we'll just even say 80%. 80% will realistic and immediately, right? They need to sell their house. Mm-hmm. You need to hit those. But the other ones, that other 20%, they're people that they tell you, I'm taking off the market. I need a break. They truly, I don't care what the best salesperson tells them. They need a break. They need to breathe. They need to get their life back in order again, reprioritize, and then move forward again. Obviously, whatever need that they had to sell was not a pressing, I have a job transfer type thing. So when I go back to the ones that are maybe, say, 2 months old, 3 months old, 4 months old, 6 months old, guess what? Do you think anybody's really knocking on those doors anymore? Mm-hmm. I have almost literally saying no competition, mm-hmm. right? And there might be 5 realtors behind me that day on the new ones, but that's okay. Again, you still got to put your face in front of theirs, try to get them to connect with you and let you be the one, right? But the older ones, again, they're ones that they do want to salvage, just they truly needed a break. They had a bad experience. They just need to woosah and, have that time and then get refocused. So now I'm knocking on their door after they've had that break that they needed. Hey, I noticed your home came off the market in the past. I was just curious, you guys so interested in selling it? Oh, yeah, but we don't know if we're ready, we had a bad experience, whatever, blah, blah. Okay, great, we know if the home had sold, where are we planning on moving to? Why is that important to you? How soon were you hoping to have been there? Great, listen, I specialize in homes that didn't sell the first time around. Even great homes like yours don't always sell the first time around for various reasons. That's what I specialize in. I want to sit down, give me 15, 20 minutes, let me kind of identify kind of what's going on here and show you how we can help you get it sold so you can get to this place for that reason, that time frame. I'm going to be available Tuesday or Saturday better for you. Right? And so you're reigniting their motivation. You're getting them, and especially in those, I take a little bit of time to talk about where they're going and why. Ignite that motivation, get that going again, They haven't, nobody just puts their home on the market. You gotta keep that in mind, you guys. Nobody just puts their home on the market for no reason. Who enjoys letting strangers in their house and keeping it clean and all that stuff? And you always have these unmotivated people who have nothing else better to do, but those aren't very common. All right. Most will interview the first agent they hire, they come into contact with. Again, find that commonality, get them to connect with you, show them you care. The 2 C's, you're confident and you care. You can not know a lick of what you're doing. That's okay. You have 5 brokers behind you that are going to hold your hand and guide you through. So move forward confidently that at the end of the day, you have the confidence that you know you're going to get the answers, you're going to know what to do because you have 5 brokers behind you to help you. And then the biggest thing is that you care. So here's where a lot of your confidence comes from with that skill. If you knock on that door and that person gives you the opportunity, are you going to do the best flipping job for that person ever? Are you going to put your heart and soul into that and do a great job because that's who you are and that's your work ethic, is that you take pride in what you do and you care about these people and you want to help them? That is where your confidence comes from with that skill. Don't worry about the skill. You guys got 5 brokers behind you to get you after that appointment and get it done. Okay. Back about new expireds. Most will relist immediately. Most willing to interview. And stronger competition. Back to the new expireds. Okay. So yeah, so there's a little bit of competition again. Still not a whole lot. You have a few out there, and it's just a matter of catching them at the right day, at the right moment, in the right mood, and just connecting with them. That's simple, and that's why it's a contact sport. If you put your face in front of enough faces, it's gonna happen. It's just that simple. Even if you suck, you're gonna get one if you talk to enough people. It's that simple. Even if it's just based on, oh, hey, I see your Ohio State shirt. Yeah, my cousin's over there playing right now. Oh, really? We love them. Which one? Oh, it's this guy, right? Something as simple as that can get you in the door and get you a listing. But again, it's a numbers game. It's contact sport. Back to my older listings. Again, I told you I'm always ahead of these. Most will hire another agent, relationship and follow-up win. So again, building that relationship, following up. Fortune is in the follow-up, right? Less to zero competition. Gotta love that. What must happen if you want to earn the business from expired listing? Okay, so what must happen? What must you do to earn the business from expired listing?
Put yourself out there.
Put your face in front of theirs. Communicate. All that. Put your face in front of their face. They won't do business with you unless they know you exist. Gotta get in front of them. Contact sport. What are your options for communicating with them? You can send them a letter, postcard, telephone calls. Good. You can make a lot of contacts in that time. And sometimes you can kind of gauge your day. If you know I'm not really going to be great in front of people today because I had a rough morning, but I know I can fake my way through a phone call. Don't put yourself in front of people those days. And you have a little chip on your shoulder, a little attitude. Gauge your day. There's other things we can do that day. We're going to do some social media that day. We're going to follow up in emails, right? And door knocking is my ultimate, right? So of these, the number 1 thing you should do is door knocking. Number 2, phone call. 3 is this. Now, I know a lot of people have had success with but again, it's all about being consistent. And having a system where they have the thing notify them of the expireds, and particularly they have the most success in their farm area. Because this is an area that they market constantly. They have their face in some way, shape, or form in front of this neighborhood constantly.
It's like you wouldn't get very much of a return on postcards, like 4%, and you have to spam it, and it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars every time.
I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of a lot of stuff where you have to spend money because there's so many things that you can do to be successful at a higher level. Spending money is generally for those who aren't willing to get out of their comfort zone and do those things. So they have to spend the money. Postcards and letters, I'm more of a fan of that in the farm area situation. So especially if you have a small, even if you let's say you want to farm at a point, you don't want to farm there 4,000 homes in there. Go in there and pick a little quadrant on a map. Say I want to do from this street to this street to this street, and you start there. You lead with a revenue. Start with 50 homes. Continually market to those 50 homes on a regular. Pick a smaller area and do it more often. Once a month, put something in front of them that has your name and your face and your call to action, right? And then as you get a closing from that, now you can increase your budget, stretch out a little bit more, right? And then you keep, but the whole thing is the consistency. If you're not going to be consistent with it, don't do it. If you send them one postcard a year, you just probably wasted your time, most likely. But again, that's the only time I'm really a super fan of this is doing it consistently and doing it something more like a farm area. Now, again, I do know other agents who have a templated, so your home expired, blah, 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 letter. And that's their every morning as they get the email comes in about the properties that have expired. They print these letters, they put them in the mail, they send them out. After about 300 or so letters, they might get a listing opportunity. But again, it's a ratio thing. But they're also doing other things that are getting them higher conversions. And this is just a background thing. This is like a set and forget background thing. But again, you have to be at that level to afford that, to have that kind of going on in the background. So, but I say, get your face in front of theirs, go make a relationship with them, get them on the phone. Again, the whole purpose of you getting out there initially is just getting the appointment. That's it. You have the time afterwards for the appointment to freak out and put everything together. Learn what you're doing. There are 1,000 real estate agents in your area. Statistically, 20 of them are going to actively door knock. Not a lot, okay? 20 out of 1,000. 50 of them will prospect by phone. That's a little bit easier for some people. 150 of them will send postcards or letter. And 850 of them do what?
Nothing.
Secret agent.
They sit around and cry about how broke they are. How they're going to have to go get their job again. Go get that job, okay? Because they didn't get out of their comfort zone. They didn't put into action the things that they need to do. Like life, business, everything. You're going to get out of it when you put into it. When people come crying to me about, Sharice, I'm broke, I'm going to have to get a job, first thing I tell them to do is open up your calendar and show it to me right now. On the spot, boom, show me your calendar. I'm looking back the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months. You know why you're broke, right? No. I don't see any work, right? That's the hard thing about this industry. It is not for everyone. So many people, they used to go into a job, they clock in, they do these things, they clock out, they get paid, right? They do these things for somebody else that they're supposed to do in order to get paid. When you come into real estate, you're working for yourself. A lot of people have trouble with that. They think, oh, it's like HGTV. I'm going to sit around in my pajama pants. I'm going to show 3 houses and we're going to make an offer. That's not how it goes. You don't sit around doing anything. This is a job. You're building a business. You're starting a business from the ground up. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. You got to get out there. You got to do these things. You got to look and see in your day. Okay, of my day, and we all have busy work. We all have those days where we're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I've been nonstop, but what did I really do? I don't know what I did today. What did I do? We all have those moments, right? And that does happen. But on the average of your week, you really need to look at your calendar. You guys live and breathe by your calendar. Put it in there. If you don't see it, how are you going to think to do it? You need to see it in front of you constantly. I love the thing with the sticky note where you put sticky notes everywhere. So today I want to make 10 phone calls. I want to knock on 5 doors. I want to follow up with 5 people from my database, and I want to do 5 social media posts. That is my goal for today. That's simple. Is that all achievable for you guys? Right, whatever your goal is, put that on a sticky note and put it everywhere. Take a picture of it, make it the screensaver on your phone. Put it on the door before you walk out to the garage to your car. Put it on the bathroom mirror. Make it the screensaver on your computer. Because what's going to happen if you keep seeing that constantly, right? You're going to be thinking about that. You're going to, and if you're not doing it, you're going to feel what? Hopefully guilty, right? And that's instead of just going on lolly with your day. Because if you don't do these things, you have to look at, okay, before you put in 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week to work for somebody else, how many hours are you truly, honestly, have that self-talk with yourself, how many hours are you truly dedicated to doing something for real estate, for prospecting new business? And I'm not talking about playing around on Facebook. That should be this much of your day, okay? But how much, or what are you doing door knocking? What are you doing phone calling? What are you doing prospecting? What are you doing at previewing homes? What are you doing to get business? Gotta look, you have that heart to heart with yourself. Sorry, I divert again. Okay, door knocking, how are we doing on time? What time is it?
All
All right, Why is door knocking the most effective? Because it works. Okay, when you are face-to-face communicating with the property owner, you can best impress and influence the opportunity to be hired for your services. You're building that relationship. You're a real person. And when you're sitting here talking to somebody else, a little to an open house, what's one of the things that you should do when they're over there signing in?
How do they hear about the open house?
Okay. One thing I like to do when people first walk into my office when I have a recruiting appointment, I look for the room, sit down. Do you guys prefer warm water or cold water? Right? So what I'm doing is I'm not really asking them, do you want a water? Right? Red or blue? At mornings or afternoons, Tuesdays or Thursdays. Do you prefer warm water or room temperature water or cold water? I prefer cold water. Okay, great, here you go. Right? So I'm giving them something. There's a so much of real estate psychology. I'm giving them something, right? I've done an act where I've been kind and I've given you something. You, without even realizing it, feel obligated to give something back to me, right? So you get in front of them, you take the time, you show that you care, you ask them questions, they almost kind of feel obligated to get back to you, give you that opportunity, right? Oh, this person's here, they took the time. They're a hardworking realtor. Who comes and knocks on their door? Because their biggest fear is hiring that guy of that story they've heard 1,000 times where they came in with nothing but a business card and ego, promise them the world, put the sign in the yard and never heard from them again. Here, you're being different. Just like when we tell you to go door knocking before an open house. Oh my gosh, this is what you do to sell homes? Yes, it is. I could do this for you too. So it's those things. So just by being out there knocking on the door, they think, oh, I'm bothering these people, I'm harassing them. No, you're showing them that I'm a hard-working realtor. I work your area. I'm here right now doing exactly that. That's what you want in a realtor, right? Somebody that they know is going to work for you. That's what I'm here doing versus a passive one that's sending you a postcard or even if that. Okay. Less competition of agents knocking the doors for an opportunity to present service to get you hired. Why is door knocking the most effective? You get the highest ROI. What's ROI?
Return.
An investment. What is your investment? What are you investing in this?
Time.
Perfect. So here's a cute quote. I got 2 listing appointments and 1 buyer out of it after working 3 hours. Not one person was rude or standoffish. Since I continue to door knock and I get at least 1 hot lead out of it every time I go out. The cost of door knocking is almost free. It's a great way to get your name out there and it's a great exercise. Now, you are going to have some people that are a little rude, maybe a little standoffish, not a big deal. I'll tell you, I'll give you the experience of the meanest person I've ever talked to and you tell me if you can handle this. Knock on the door, guy's on the phone, older gentleman. There's a no soliciting sign on his door. I'm not selling you anything. I'm selling your religion. I'm not selling you Amway. You have a need. You needed to sell your home. I'm here to see if I can help you. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not soliciting. So he's on the phone. He points. He's like, can you read? I can read. Do you want me to wait a minute for you to get off that call? Sure. Okay, have a great day. Went on with my day. That was the rudest I have ever had someone be. And I kind of have a little bit of rude politeness back, but.
So Tina's the question, what's the best time of day have you found for door knocking, on weekdays or on weekends?
Whenever you can get your butt out there is when you need to do it. Because here's the thing, is you wait for the perfect time, something comes up, you're not going to do it. So your averages just went out the window. Me personally, if I were to pick and commit to ideal times, I like in the morning, probably after about 9:30. Usually for just a little bit, but my big time is I like 3:30 until dark, right after dark, 3:30 to dark. And I like to put together a list of at least 15 homes with the hopes that I'm going to get to them all and talk to them all and list them all, but at least I have more than what I need. I like to start about 3:30, and then the 3:30 is kind of as people start to come home earlier with their kids out of school and whatnot. So you're not going to get quite as many contacts, but it's a good start to your day. It's allowing you to warm up, get out there, talk to people, kind of find your energy, your groove. And then as the evening goes on, as you get closer and closer to 4:30, 5:30, you're going to notice a big difference that almost everybody's answering the door. Okay. You're going to smell dinner, right? Oh man, it smells great. What are you guys cooking in there, right? Talk to them. They're like, oh my God, I'm cooking dinner. I know it smells amazing. What is that, right? Take them off their edge a little bit, right? Listen, 2 seconds. Here's why I'm here. I'm going to help you, blah, blah, whatever. But the ultimate. So anybody who watches my thousands of Facebook videos that I've been kind of locking on lately, what do I say about Saturdays? Yeah. What do I say about Saturdays?
Best day for.
Yes, Saturday. You guys as realtors, any of you who think, oh yeah, I have freedom in my schedule and I get to take weekends off, get that out of your head. You want to produce at a high level and you want to be successful, get that out of your head now. Work it out with your spouse that they handle babysitting and birthday parties. And I mean, you do what you got to do as far as that stuff, but no, Saturday should be your focus for prospecting. Saturday is your best day for contacts. People are home, they're in a good mood. You know, they might have things going on or whatever. That's going to be your best contact day. That was on me every single Saturday. Everyone knew. My family, whatever was going on, my friends, they all knew Saturday I was working. Saturday was my prospecting day. That was my door knocking day. I would pull up a list of about 25 properties, put them in a travel order, get in my car. I even kept a little cooler in my car, cold water, some snacks, because I knew what I was doing all day and I was being focused. I knew what I want. I knew even while I was driving around, I'm kind of a weirdo. When you guys how I know this. So when I'm doing stuff like that, like door knocking and prospecting, you need to be in the right mindset. You need to keep that energy. You need to keep that positivity. You need to keep all those things. So while I'm doing that, I'm not jamming out to the radio. I usually have YouTube pulled up on my phone through Bluetooth, or I have CDs. I love listening to things like Zig Ziglar.
What's a CD?
I do have some old school CDs still, but like whatever it is, or download it on my phone from Audible. I love to listen to things like Zig Ziglar, Dale Carnegie, Tony Robbins. Yeah, I'm a little past Tony Robbins, but he was a great start. The TEDx guy, Grant Cardone. I'm listening to these things. Probably Zig Ziglar's my favorite because, I just love old Zig. He has this great voice and he just tells all these stories and he's but it keeps you in that thing. And I remember one day, I'll share this story with you real quick. Sorry, I told you I'm always off the beaten path. So one day I was working these couple of deals, right? And I always tell you guys, don't stop. 80-20 rule applies to everything in life, right? 80% of your day, 20% of your activity will equal 80% of your income. 20% of your activity will equal 80% of your income. What is that 20% doing?
Leads.
Prospecting new, underline the word new business. Prospecting new business 20% of your day, right? Because while let's say you have 3 contracts, right? Walking around the office, 3 contracts under my arm. Yeah, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm going to inspections. I'm following up with realtors. I'm coordinating with title companies. Inspections go bad, crash and burn. Financing goes bad, crash and burn. Appraisal goes bad, crash and burn. I've been spending the last 6 weeks carrying around this file, right? Not prospecting new business. Then all crashed and burned. Developed an eye twitch for a week. That happens, you guys, it happens. Don't count on anything unless it's actually cash, okay? So this is why it's so important to constantly focus. Even though you got this other business that you're working, that's great. That's 80% of your day. Your morning, your most focused time should be on your new business while you're fresh, before all the craziness hits you and you get distracted and you gotta do these things. I gotta pick my kid up from school because he's sick. At morning time, get everybody out of the house, send off the husband, send off the kids, make your coffee, focus on new business. What are you gonna do today? I'm going to research my expireds. I'm going to put them in a driving order. I'm going to pull out my list of for-sale buyers that I want to call. I'm going to do whatever. The afternoon is so the morning is for booking the appointment. The afternoon is for taking the appointment. The afternoon is for the home inspection. The afternoon is for the showing properties. The morning needs to be your focus of new business.
So would you prioritize doing an open house on the weekend above prospecting, or would there be some sort
Here's the beautiful thing is we have how many hours in a day?
of...
Not enough, exactly. So I'm all about multitasking, even though my husband said that word doesn't exist. You're just doing things half crappily. No, if you can be focused, you can get a lot of stuff done at once. So while I'm in an open house, right, is there always times where it's dead? You have a lot of crazy time. You also have times when it's dead. So what am I doing during those times that are dead? I'm calling my for-sale buyers. I'm following up with clients. I'm doing those things. I go to Cole Resources, which is a free program that you guys have. When I know I'm going to do an open house, I put in that address of the open house. I tell it to give me all the phone numbers and email addresses of everyone in that neighborhood. Right? I might do like a 0.25 mile radius, and I'm going to pull and print that list. I now have names, phone numbers, and emails of everybody in that neighborhood. While I'm sitting in that open house, if not prior to the open house, calling and inviting these people, I'm going to be in the open house calling, hey, I'm down here at your neighbor's house over here on Main Street. Excuse me, would love for you to come by and check out this great open house. Who do you know that would love to live in your great neighborhood? Here's a great opportunity for you to pick your neighbor. Do you have any family? Maybe you want to get the grandkids a little closer to you. Right? You're doing these
Is that a
things.
site, Cold Resource? Is that a site?
It's a program that we have for you.
Oh, okay.
So it's a resource program. So basically you go to one of your administrators, or they can log you in remotely, and it's a program that you can go into. There's a video on it somewhere.
It's in the back office.
Okay, or on the YouTube channel, there's a video that shows you how to use the program, or you can sit down with like Elise. Elise is fairly familiar with it. But different things like that. So on a Saturday, yes, if you have a listing, you're doing that mega open house, get that done. But I'm still, I'm working at that open house, and based on when I do the timing of that open house, I still have the morning. I'm gonna be doing phone calls. After I'm done with my open house and I'm all packed up, take my little wet wipes, wipe myself off because I'm probably been sweating all day, and then I'm gonna have my route of at least 5 places that I wanna go door knock afterwards. Oh yeah, I just got done with this mega open house. We have 30 people in the house. And I'm still out looking for new properties that I can market for my buyers. Have you, whatever, and then go for the listing, right? You got 30 people in your open house? Yeah, I did. That's, we have this awesome plan that we put together, and we have great success in our open house. A lot of times we're actually able to get multiple offers that first week at the open house from our marketing plan. I'd love to share with you more about that. When can we sit down and we can talk about how I can get your home sold? Right? And also too, you're coming off of that energy. You're a little tired, but you should still kind of be on this high of, oh my gosh, look at what I just produced. I just produced, 5 great new leads, whatever it is. Okay. Why do so few agents door knock direct customers or business opportunities? They haven't practiced. Why do so few agents door knock directly to customers? Okay, I can't read. All right, so because they haven't practiced, right? Fear stops them. What's the acronym for fear?
I remember it.
It's false something appearing real. False evidence appearing real, right? Because you get in your head, right? So many times agents fail in this business because they can't get out of their own way, all right? So we have a fear. Acknowledge that. Okay, we're scared. We're scared. We don't know what we're doing, right? So how do we overcome that, right? Be a solution solver. A problem solver, provide a solution. So if we have a fear, we know we're scared of this. What can we do to get over that fear? Because we know that if we can get over that fear of falling down off that bike, then we're going to be riding that bike with our friends. Otherwise, our friends are going to be out riding off without us, and we're going to be stuck at home watching cartoons. Right? I'm not saying that either, but I miss cartoons. So it's we have a fear. Yes, that's great. Identify that fear. What is your fear? How do you overcome that fear? Do you want to get to the next level on something? Do you want to get better at it? Do you want to step out of your comfort zone and start making money you've never made before? Right? You have to. It's okay. It's okay to be scared. We're all scared of things that we don't know. But we have to get over that. We're going to get over that by practicing. And if we practice these scripts, do you think you're going to start sounding like me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if you start sounding like me, you're going to start closing some deals?
Yes.
Okay. I can see you. A quote. I think some agents are scared and think people are going to be rude and yell in their face. Nothing could be further from the truth, as people treat me with respect and are friendly. Even the ones who are not interested are still always friendly.
See, that's not my issue. I've been customer service for years with phone scripts and people. I'm good with going and talking to people. My issue is I'm so used. I feel like it's disrespectful to keep going in. Like when someone says no, when someone's like not really for it, and a lot of times with sales you kind of got to still push and go in. I just feel like I'm being blatantly disrespectful, so I'm trying to get out of that feeling.
Yes, because that's you getting in your own way.
Yes.
And I hear that a lot about, I feel like I'm bothering these people. I know how I feel when I get a phone call or people knock on my door. You need to have a different mindset. Why ultimately, and this is kind of your conversation you need to have with yourself, why am I there? What is the purpose of what I'm doing? What is it? Why do you go there? To go get a commission?
No, to help them, because we know what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
the professionals, you just feel like you do, but we're not gonna
Because
tell
they
them
have a need that needs to be met.
that's that.
Yeah,
They have a need, and do we have a solution?
Yeah.
Do we have solutions for their problems? Can we help them with their problems and their needs? And are we gonna do a great freaking job at it? And do we care about these people and we're gonna be concerned for them and we're gonna get it done and we're gonna make sure they're protected through this process?
Yeah.
Okay, so
The short
that's,
answer is, do you feel you're worth it?
Do I feel worth it?
no, it's not even that. Take it back a step further. We're there because we care.
Right.
You have a need. You needed to sell your home. That's why you put it on the market.
Mhm.
You don't just put it on the market all willy-nilly because you like keeping your house clean and having strangers rummage through it.
Right.
No, you have to, that's some crap you gotta swallow to deal with selling your home. It's not an easy thing, especially for a lot of people. So they have a need. I can help you with that need. I understand, and here's where the thing with expired listings and for sale by owners is that you have to kind of come from a place of empathy, not sympathy, but empathy, where you understand. It's just like, I understand. I would be beyond frustrated as well if I had my home on the market for 6 months, had all these showings, and the property didn't get sold. You have a goal. You wanted to be where if the home had sold, and why is that important to you, and how soon did you want to be there? Okay, great. Listen, I understand you had this bad experience. I get that, but again, I'm very different. I'm unlike, and here's where you can throw the 80-20 thing at them again. And I love this. I use this all the time. I'm just telling you, please understand, in like every industry, it's not an 80-20 rule. There's 20% of us out there doing 80% of the business, and I am truly, truly, truly sorry. I did not meet you 6 months ago before this person. Otherwise, I would have had you to this place for that reason in that time frame. You see, so you got to get out of your own way. Why are you there? If you're there just to get a commission, then you probably need to get into another industry. You're not going to make it very. People smell commission breath. You have to act as if. That was actually a game changer for me one day. I remember when I was in Colorado, I was out there all on my own, started my business completely from scratch, didn't know anyone, didn't know anything, didn't know anything about basements and snow, and I was completely out of my element, right? And I was having this moment where I was really freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta make it. I'm not, mostly because I got in my own head about stuff. And this person came to me and they said, look, put all that out. Like, people are smelling your commission breath. They're feeling your desperation. I was freaking out. I was going broke, and I was not calling mom to bail me out. I finally got my big girl pants on. I'm out on my own. And they're like, let it go. Like, you gotta get out of your head. You have to act as if. Act as if you already have that listing. Act as if you're financially okay. When you act as if, like, I either get this business or I don't, it's okay, I'm here to help you.
Right.
Totally different atmosphere. Totally different vibes that you're putting out. Totally. I'm telling you, when you are kind of stressing out and you need that listing, whether you think you have the biggest smile on or not, you have this energy that you exude, these pheromones, and people, they pick up on it on a subconscious level, and they're like,
You literally smell fear.
Yeah, they're like, I know she's saying all these things, and she's confident, she has a smile on her face, but just something's not right. So there's something's off, and it makes them not make that decision to hire you, whatever it is.
I've always heard of this. People can tell when you're hungry.
Yeah. You're hangry. So you got to get out of your head, get out of your own way. And even that whole thing about, I'm bothering people and I don't like it when people do this. Get out of your own way. You need to have the right perspective when you're doing this. Have a talk with yourself in the car before you get out. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Yes, the money is the end result of doing a good job. If you just do the business will come. That's what it is. You go out there with the best of intentions. You're going to help people. You're going to help them achieve these goals. And you're going to be a solution to their problem. And you're going to help them get on with their goals in their life of getting to this place for that reason in that time frame. And you're here to do that. Can you do that? Do you have the ability to do that? If you don't have the skill behind it, do you have people behind you to help you get it done?
Yes.
Absolutely. So you guys, you got to get out of your own way. And if you can't do that, I'll be honest with you, you should just go get a job. I'm sorry, I'm brutally honest. But if you have a fear of talking to strangers, if you have a fear of getting out there and talking, you can't get out of your own way, If you mentally cannot get over that you're stuck in your head that I can't call these people because I hate when people call me. I don't want to knock on the door because I hate when people do that. I'm not going to send out all these emails and spam people because I hate people that. Guess what, sweetheart? That's a part of this game. These are things that are going to make you most successful. And if you can't, you need to have a true, and I've had this conversation with realtors in the past, you need to have a true heart-to-heart with yourself. This is what it takes to be successful in this business, and either you can do it or you can't. And if you can't, that's okay. Identify that now and move in another direction. Don't keep wasting time thinking that I want this and I see other people doing it. But if you can't get out of your own way, conquer your own fears, and get out there and do these things, you really need to look at your life options, because that's what it is. You got to be able to do these things to be successful, or at least be willing to try. Because here's what happens. I talk to so many people all the time where they're like, that is not in my wheelhouse. Getting out there and talking to strangers, I'm picking up the phone, they're like, but I want it. I know if I do these things that it will happen. I'm like, okay, I can work with that.
Right.
You're honest with yourself. You've identified this as not in your wheelhouse. You're not comfortable with it. But guess what? If I can work with you and I can show you, we can pick up the phone right now and make phone calls. And I can book an appointment for you. And we see, I remember one time I did a script class and we did for sale by owners. We practiced it and then I picked up the phone. I booked the first 3 appointments. And the people in the room were like, they're like, that was so easy. Like, we thought it was going to be a lot harder. And I'm like, it's not.
Right.
You just do what we tell you to do and you will have success. But the whole thing is you. Right. You have to take action and you have to get out of your own way. You have to conquer your fears and you've got to get out and do it. I can teach you skill until I'm blue in the face. And you can sit here and yes, ma'am, me all day. That makes total sense. I totally get it. If I did that, that should happen. But you don't do it. You can't make yourself do it. It's a waste of everyone's time at the end of the day. You got the best of intentions, but again, that's busy work. Does busy work get you anything? No. Okay. All right. Sorry. All right. My mom moment. All right. Common agent mistakes when door knocking. They're not using and following the scripts and objection handling techniques. They're leaving something at the door with the owner that tells them everything that they need, right? You leave them something at the door that says all these things. Why do I have to call you now? I don't need to call you. I know why you're here and what you're going to tell me. If anything, I'm going to use that as a base to compare everybody else to. But, and then as soon as I show this to somebody else, this person says they're going to do this. They're like, well, I'll do that plus that. Right? So the best tactic, and I'm not perfect. I will share with you my horror stories, my bumps, my mess ups. I don't care. I'm not shy. But I learned from things. So starting off this business, Scott's always been my mentor. And I learned a ton of stuff from him. And one of the first things that he taught me when we were out door knocking and stuff was that don't leave like a whole full term with your whole life story in it, right? What we would do is we'd take our business card, we just write on the back of it, sorry I missed you, please call me to get in the door. What does that do? Creates intrigue. Why? Well, if they missed me, why were they here? Maybe they have a buyer for my house, right? They don't know. They're intrigued. They're going to be more likely to call you and find out why you were there than not. If you leave a postcard that says da-da-da-da-da, they know why you were there, right? So I don't want to deal with this crap. If I want to list my house, I call them. Whatever. No. And then, so I would do that. And here's what happens in this business. And it's okay if it happens to you. Just recognize, identify, and correct, which we do constantly in this business because we all veer down different paths and lose our way off the trail. Then our business goes down and we're going to hop back up in the middle. So I was doing that for a little while, having great success, right? People were calling me back. And then I started to get a little creative. I saw this postcard online. It looked really great. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to start leaving those at the door, right? I think this will get people to call me back, right? And then I real quickly realized that, after just a few weeks that I wasn't getting them. I'm like, why are people calling me? I'm like, okay, well, let me do this. Let me make an even bigger one, right? With all this other great stuff that I'm going to do for them, right? Even less calls. Yeah, what the hell's going on? I was talking to Scott. He's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm doing this. He's like, is that what I told you to do? Is that what I taught you? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, remember? He's like, business card. Sorry, I missed you. And I was like, because see, we learn the basics. And here's usually what happens with realtors is you come in, you're new, you learn the basics, you learn the things that we teach you, the foundations, right? And you go out and you do But the only things that you know, which is what we just taught you, right? And you find great success. And you're like, oh, this is great, right? I'm going to start adding in a little creativity. And I'm going to start adding in this. And I'm going to start doing this. And I'm going to start doing this, right? And you start veering away from the foundation. And then you start to notice your business slowly and slowly and slowly. But what happens is usually it's kind of over a progression of time. So now you get over here at this end and you're like, man, why am I not doing the business I was doing before? I'm doing all the same things, right? Because you've just gotten away and you didn't realize, right? Because it's all little. And all of a sudden you're like, why am I not getting the results? I got to get back to. And that's one of the things I love about intensity and why we push this not only to new agents, but also our seasoned agents. Because a lot of times you just got to get back to your core.
Yeah.
You got to get back to the foundation of where you started. You're like, I know I'm great. I have all this great success. But what happened is you got away from the things that gave you that great success, right? I remember when we, it's probably about 2 years ago, I guess. Scott started doing, he kind of reinvented the for sale by owner class, and we started incorporating the live phone calls, right? So we're like, oh, this should get some people in, right? So we did it, I think the test of it was in the Trinity office, and we packed that room. We said, hey, we're going to go over for sale by owners, we're going to make live calls, we're going to give appointments to the agents, right? We filled that room. We had so many of our, what I call our old school agents in there, right? And I was like, oh man, I haven't seen you in forever. What do you do? I'm like, I'm surprised. What are you doing in this class, right? You've been doing business for you longer than I have. And they all came into class and were like, oh wow. And so many, we actually did testimonials afterwards. And so many were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Because I actually totally forgot about doing for sale by owners in my business. I got focused on my sphere of influence and working referrals and doing social media and learning all the 5,000 new things that are out there, right? They got away from the core. And so we have testimonials of them coming back and saying, oh my gosh, yes, I went on this appointment, I got the listing, And then I started doing this over the next couple of weeks and I booked 4 more listing appointments, right? Because they got back to the basics. So just, sorry, I'm always throwing nuggets out there, my bad. Okay, back to where I was. All right, so they're not following scripts, they're leaving something at the door. So again, less is more. Me personally, when I'm making phone calls to expired listings or for sale by owners, when I call, and I leave that voicemail, I don't say, hey, congratulations on the 50th realtor that's called you today. You should call me back out of all the other realtors. I don't do that. When I first call them, I say, I sound like a curious consumer, right? And I say, hey, I saw your home online, the one on Main Street. I had a couple questions. If you could please give me a call back. My number is blah, 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 blah. Say it once, slowly and clearly. As soon as you do it twice, you sound like a professional. Then they're going to, right, I've intrigued them. Oh, maybe it's just somebody calling that wants to buy a house, whatever, right? So they call me back. Hey, yeah, Sharice, you called me about my house on Main Street. Oh, yeah, or you called about my house for sale. Don't know what they say. You called for your house for sale. Oh, I'm sorry, I called about a few of them. Which one is yours? Main Street, right? Grab a pen as quickly as you can, write it down so you don't forget, so you can go back and look it up. Main Street. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. What was your name? Jessica. Oh, hey, Jessica, this is Sharice. I'm with Florida Luxury Realty. How are you today? Great, listen, the reason for my call is that I noticed your home came off the market recently. I'm a professional in your area. I specialize in getting homes sold. I was just curious, are you still interested in selling it? Right? You very clearly in the very beginning of that conversation, identify who you are, that you're a realtor. But the whole point is that I want to get them to call me back first, right? So I'm just going to be a very curious consumer. Hey, I was calling about your house. I saw online. I had a couple of questions. If you can please call me back at this number. Hey, thank you so much for calling me back. This is Sharice, Florida Luxury Realty. I was calling because of this. Can I come sit down and talk to you? Right? But the whole point is a contact sport. Get them to call you back. Okay. Common agent mistakes when door knocking, not practicing it long enough to obtain the skill to acquire results. Again, these are the people that fell off their bike 2 or 3 times and gave up. Right? You got to keep doing it. You're gonna stuck at it at first. That's okay. Every no gets you closer to a yes. Every opportunity you have to just spit out the words and possibly handle an objection is going to get you even better. You're going to get more natural. You're going to get determined. I'm somebody who's, I love a challenge. So for me, when they say no, it's almost like, I'm going to get the next, I'm going to get through. I'm going to go and get this, right? That's kind of how you have to be. Door knocking doesn't work is a myth. Door knocking facts. Those who practice and perfect the technique of door knocking directly to leads, those who have already determined to need our service, experience their largest ROI. So agents that perfect this prospecting method consistently get new listings easily. Again, the more you do it, the better you get. We learn by doing. Phone calls. 0 financial investment besides your time. You can communicate more expireds in less time, right? A contact sport. It's extremely effective if you have practiced the script and objection handling is best for communicating with them. Common agent mistakes when making telephone calls, not using the following scripts and objection handling techniques. They're just out there winging it, right? They're getting lost in their conversations. They're not sounding professional, like they know what they're doing. Or they're not leaving messages or voicemails. Now, we do the CyberD prospecting here, and one of the things that our agents have found success in is they would call me a voicemail, and then they immediately text them. Hey, I was calling about the house on Main Street. Are you available to chat?
That was the only agent I responded to when they were trying to recruit me, was the one who actually texted me.
Yeah. You have to play in the sandbox with everyone. You have to communicate with them how a lot of people do not answer the phone. I've had people where I've done an entire transaction and never actually heard their voice.
Mm-hmm.
Did it completely through text messages the whole time. They were out of state. They never even saw the property. I never even met them. Did an entire closing, never met these people. They just communicated through text. That's okay. We're emoji happy. Whatever it is that you need, I'll give it to you. Let's just get this done. So you have to be versatile. But yeah, so that we've had great success with that, where we're calling, leaving a voicemail, but then before they even have a chance to check their voicemail, we're sending that text message, and then they're responding. Now we have that. Just a little nugget I'm gonna throw out there too, you guys, is Facebook Marketplace. It's an excellent place to target for sale by owners and engaging in conversations with them through the DM, not IM.
Yeah. I actually had good success prospecting my sphere through Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Making good leads.
Yeah, I know a lot of agents that are phenomenal at it. It's just talking to people. So you guys, at the end of the day, real estate in a nutshell. You sum up real estate in one word. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
It's all it is. It's a conversation. You're talking to people, identifying their wants and needs, and being a solution for them and helping them achieve their goal. It's a conversation. Postcards. Ugh. Okay, how successful are postcards? Statistically, and again, these are old numbers. I'm sure it's actually even lower than this now. Statistically, direct mail pieces have about 3 to 4% impact on getting expired sellers to call you to inquire about your real estate services.
Good question.
Yes.
What is impact? What is the actual definition of impact in there?
3 to 4 impact results. 3 to 4% of, you're going to get results of 3 to 4% of what you throw out there.
Okay.
So if you send out 100 of them, I still think this is a way inflated number, give you hope. If you send out 100 of them, supposedly 3 or 4 of them are supposed to get back with you.
So I
don't find that.
I did mailers for my farm for an entire year. I did 1 mailer a month for an entire year. At the end of the year, I was talking to a company and they said, if you're doing 1 mailer a month, it's going to take 24 to 36 months before you see a full return on that investment. If you do it twice a month, you can get that down to 12 to 18 months. And if you do 3 mailers a month, you can get it down inside 12 months. So 1 mailer a month, you're talking about 3 years of staying with it before you're going to see any sort of verifiable return of income or return of investment on it.
Now,
So
the next question is, and if we're going to go down that route, is it cumulative though? After the 3 years, do you start getting more and more return on investment?
I would imagine you may.
Okay.
Because
Right,
it's,
exactly.
again, it takes 3 years to establish yourself as that market expert. But how much money, time, and energy can I spend in a 3-year period before I start seeing any return on what I'm doing?
Okay. That is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid question.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, I'm sure it becomes that law of, oh, cool, I've been seeing your mailers for 3 years. Now everybody is starting to get used to seeing your mailers. But, you know, I was spending $180 a month. So do I really want to spend $180 for 3 years before I can go, oh, okay, cool, I got my first deal out of that?
$7,000 about for 3 years.
Right. So it's going to take me 3 deals before I even break even.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it
So the
can
numbers
be
don't lie.
done. It's just how much are you willing to invest in doing?
Mm-hmm. So again, we see the difference of being proactive versus being passive, right? Passive, you're going to pay for it, and it's going to take a while, and it's not guaranteed. Where you put yourself out there, you're going to get much better conversions. Okay, why is the results for this so low? Because you have to reach the property owner at the right moment. And contact sport, you got to reach enough people at the right moment. Your message has to answer a specific hot button. Everyone's gonna have a different hot button. right? You're competing with many other agents and mailers. I'll tell you, I could not tell you, Greg, I'm sure you've experienced this, where we sit down at a listing appointment and the owner literally goes out to his thing, he says, look at this. All these letters and these mailers and all this, da 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 da. And I'm like, I know, that's so wasteful. How many trees had to die, for this, but no, just do the right thing. Do what you should do. Get your face in front of their face. Other than expireds, what lead type can we identify and apply the 3 methods of communication for generating a listing? So we got for sale by owners, right? Kind of the same concept. Get out there, get in front of them, talk to them. Expired listing versus for sale by owners. We kind of went over this. So they were expired listing, they were okay with paying a professional. For sale by owner, they don't want to pay a commission. They have it in their head that they can do it themselves. Challenges to overcome with being hired by an expired seller. Not all real estate agents are the same, right? Even if they're from the same brokerage, they're not the same. Sellers believe that they're the same, they're going to give poor service, and that it's the cause of their failure to sell with the realtor. Connecting with them and creating comfort and trust among other agents prospecting in the community. Common mistakes agents make when prospecting expired sellers. They're not practicing and learning the scripts and objections. Do we have a common theme here today?
Practice.
They accept no or rejection too quickly, right? Remember, you guys out there, the general public, the consumer, we are a salesperson until they get to know us, love us, and trust us. So they're always going to have this wall up. So that's why you have to develop the skill of being good at talking, good at conversation, good at getting them over the no by making a joke about something, pulling them in another direction. And that's why your 3 questions are so important, because I don't care how hard they're telling you no, get out of my face. You ask them the question, what the household were we planning on going to? They're going to start responding and talking back to you, right? Then you're opening them up. Now you're engaging in the conversation. And this is where the brain pattern interrupt I want you guys to study is going to really help you a lot. It's all things people don't think about. They don't continuously follow up for them for the right time to lend. So again, fortunes in the follow-up. You got to continue to follow up with them. Some of these people, they're just, whatever's going on in their life, you never know what's going on. They have things going on in their life where they do want to list their house, they do have a goal, they do like you, but they're just not ready right now, right? So you got to continue to follow up with them. Be the professional who does what they say they're going to do, earn their trust, build their confidence in you, and when the time is right, they're going to list with you. Where do I find expired listings? You can go to the MLS database, the hot sheet notifications. You guys, I have a really awesome video, one of the webinars that I had done about something about converting expired leads at a high level, door knocking expired leads at a high level, high conversion, something along those lines. And I take you through the path of going into the MLS, how to remove the vacant listings, how to remove the tenant occupieds, how to find the ones that are owner occupied, that are in the area, and how to make the most and pull the most efficient list so that you're going to hit the most amount of homes in the shortest amount of time and have the highest chance of talking to the person that's going to say yes to get you to list their home. So it takes a few minutes, but if you actually do that, you get a lot faster each time you do it. Use that method for pulling those particular properties, you're going to have a lot of success. You're going to keep your confidence high because you're going to have more opportunities of actually talking to the right person instead of half of your day is banging on vacant properties. Where do I find expired listings? Hot sheets, notifications in the MLS, search history, effective method for research history. Okay, so this is looking up the older listings, which I have a much higher conversion of just because you have a lot less competition. Preview active, likely to expired. Okay, so this is one you got to tread lightly on. Okay, so one thing that you can do, which Scott and I used to do at some point, was we would have the MLS notify us when a home reaches X amount of days on the market, right? So typically a listing is 160 days, 180 days, I'm sorry, 180 days, right? So we would have the MLS system on an auto email notification notify us of the properties in our area that we prospected when they hit like 175 days, right? Because what's going to happen? It's about to expire. Mm-hmm. So I would call and schedule a preview appointment. Hey, it's Jen. I would let the agent know, hey, it's just me. I'm going there to preview the house, you know, you don't have to, you know, disorientate the owners. They can actually be there if they want. It doesn't matter. It's just me. I'm going to preview the house. Okay, great. Everything's set up. I go there, I preview the house, because that's an area that I work in. So you should stay up to date on your inventory anyways. And then when I'm there, a lot of times it's always going to be talking to you. They're going to ask you questions. I know their listing's about to expire. What's going on in the market? Blah, blah, blah. Be very careful in how you talk to them. Remember, you cannot solicit them. They are in a broker relationship, right? But you can kindly, you know, answer their questions as best as you can without, again, soliciting them. I personally would leave my business card there. So I do that since I walk in the door anywhere. Hey, I'm Sharice with Florida Luxury Realty.
Yeah, just so you
they
know
know who you are.
Mhm.
Exactly. So you left their business card with them naturally, as you should, introducing yourself into somebody's home. And then usually what happens is shortly after the house expires, I'm like, I really like that girl that stopped by the other day.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just say, but again, tread where you cannot, you will get a front
I was
violation in
gonna
a
say, as a
heartbeat.
new agent,
I was
I
about
would
to say,
tread
I wouldn't-
very
Yeah, I would not
carefully with
do it
this.
as a new agent yet.
No.
I kind of get more comfy.
Yeah, 'cause you kind of got to be able to handle it. They are talking to you, you got to kind of know how to handle
Right.
Yeah.
it. Just be like, you know, you are in a relationship.
Once
with
you know
your
what you're
broker
doing,
now, but
this
Oh,
is a good
yeah.
strategy. Out of
yeah,
the
so
gate,
for the seasoned ones out there, you know,
Yeah.
again, tread lightly, don't get a front violation against us.
Right.
But just tread very lightly, be very personable, you know, those things.
Mhm.
And then of course, as soon as the house expires, so you should also have the notifications on your email of the day something expires. And I even, if it's a key place that I went to or something I really want to market at, or, you know, had a good conversation with them, something like that, I actually put in another notification with that specific address. So I see that come up and it says that address. I'm like, oh, yes, I've expired today, right? Then I go knock on that door. Hey, you look familiar. Remember me? I was over here the other day. What do you know? But yeah, what a coincidence. Let's see what else. Prospecting objection or obstacles. So some of the obstacles you might come across when doing prospecting. So you can't find the owner's phone number, right? Now there is tactics that like, I'm not real familiar with Flex, sorry guys, but in the MFR, up at the top where your little icons are, you know, the map, the camera, all that good stuff. There's one where it has like a globe and an eye, that's iMap. Sometimes on rare occasions, you can click on the iMap and it might say if there's a phone number in there. No, you gotta go like 100 of them to find one usually. But again, we do have lots of great things like the Cole Realty Resource Program that you can go in there, put in an address, and try to find the owner's information. And not all of them are there, but we do have great success with finding a percentage of them. There's also programs that you can purchase like Spokio or something like that. That can help you find phone numbers. There's the reverse lookup on the white pages, things like that. The home is vacant, right? So what's something, and trust me, almost no realtors do this. If the home is vacant, what's something you can do to get a hold of that owner?
I look it up on our
Look it up on the county records.
Yeah, I was gonna say tax
Yeah.
records.
Yeah, and here's the great thing with this MFR. I can also just speak of MFR. In the listing, there's the tax ID number, right? That tax ID number is a blue hyperlink. You click on that, it instantly opens Realist.
Oh.
And Realist, if they have already moved and updated their address, you will say the property address, their mailing address. The mailing address is different. How many people do you think is taking that extra step? So everybody's banging on that vacant door. Oh, I didn't know the How many people do you think have actually paid attention to their mailing address and went to where they actually are?
So I actually have one. I work on my HOA, and we actually had a realtor contact our HOA because the contact information was vacant lot.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So
There's lots of resources.
I didn't get it.
There was a vacant lot, so they went to the HOA and said, hey, do you have the information on the owner of this lot? Now, I think that's kind of, they were infringing on privacy.
I was gonna say, as the
but-
HOA, you have to be careful about.
But that's a great example of ask and you might receive. So,
we contacted the owner first before we gave them the number, but
okay. But still, you just don't know. Yeah, there people. I'd be surprised. So, like, even on the other side, like when I'm submitting an offer for a client, I call the agent. Hey, thanks for answering my questions earlier. I'm so excited we're making you an offer. I just want to make sure it is truly active and available. You don't have any stuff on the property. Oh, yeah, we actually do have an offer in and we're presenting to the seller this evening. Oh, okay, great. Do you mind if I ask what that offer is? A lot of times they tell me, and I'm like, okay, thank you. Right? Even though you're not really supposed to.
I was gonna say, if you're representing the seller, that you really should.
Yeah, no, but there's so many people out there. It's the 80-20 rule. 20% of us are out there doing the business, 80% of them are out there winging it, trying to figure it out as they go. If they go, yeah, well, let me tell them the price so that they'll, come up higher and I create this bidding war and da da da. But no, or a lot of times they'll say, oh, there's another offer. Okay, great. Well, do you mind if I just ask you, is that offer at or over asking price? Because I know it's going to be a competitive one. Well, we're over asking price. Okay, so is it a limp over asking price or is it a leap over asking price? Right? There's just certain ways that you ask things, right? And a good agent will know and kind of respect what you're doing, and they get it. But again, it's all that thing you don't know unless you ask. Gated community. How do you think we get around gated communities?
Well, no, I did.
How to do?
There's a couple universal gate codes, and
Not gonna say I haven't done that one before. 1111 9999
last
1 2 3 4.
last 4 digits of the non-emergency police number.
Oh, nobody heard that one. Not a huge fan of that one, but so let's say there's a guard there. How do you get it past the guard?
I have a property I'm viewing.
Where you put your card? Oh. Your business card.
Yep. Your business
That
card
is your
one of
magic
greatest-
key.
Yep.
This is your magic key right here, guys. This will get you into so many places, right? Literally. So you have your listing, right? Your expired listings that you're going to. Hey, Mr. Gay Card. Hey, I'm Sharice, Florida Luxury Realty. I'm here to see this property. Okay. In you go.
So that's probably why the gate guard didn't mess with me, because I have mine, the magnets on my
Yeah.
car. And she was talking, and I'm like, oh, some type of guard, because I'm thinking that she's not doing that. But they was like, no, it's probably the things on the car.
So your
real estate
car.
card will get you into all sorts of places that you
And
wouldn't get
remember we
otherwise.
talked earlier about act as if?
Mhm.
Act as if I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be there. These
Yeah.
people are waiting for me, which
Yeah.
really in my mind they are. They're waiting for me to show up and sell their house. They've been
So-
waiting for me all day. Shame on me for not getting there sooner. That's the attitude you have to have, the mindset you have to have. So gated communities also, I mean, I won't lie, I've been guilty of tailgating people right on in there, just hang out in that loop long enough,
Me
someone's
too.
gonna come in, go do what you gotta do, be respectful, I've been followed during that before. They're like, what are you doing here? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the code, I'm here to meet these people, here's my real estate. I'm supposed to be here, I am, because I'm prospecting for people that I can help. What else? No one's home. No one's home. Again, my suggestion is and if you have a dark business card, like you have the dark business card, what's on the back? Okay, so this is light. Okay, so you put it on the back. Another thing that I started doing that I did find successful too is that I love those neon colored sticky notes. Neon colored sticky notes, right? So I have my business card and I put a little neon colored sticky note on it. So sorry I missed you, please call me, smiley face. And then my suggestion is carry around blue painter's tape with you, okay? People hate, especially you're in expensive homes, you stick something in the door there and they're weather stripping, oh my gosh, I almost got my head bitten off. Do you know how expensive these doors are? They're probably more expensive than your car that you're driving around, and you just messed up my weather stripping, and well, I'm so sorry, forgive me, right? Blue painter's tape, normally I always have a notebook with me, like a spiral notebook, and I just rip off a bunch of little pieces and I put it on the back of my notebook. This one, when I walk up, I have my little sticky note, bright colored. I just take a little piece of tape and I tape on the door. If they have anything glass, I try to stick it to the glass part. Because here's what happened, right? A lot of times you get stuff that's on your door and whatnot from being gone. How do most people enter their home? Through the garage, right? So by having that neon colored sticky note on my dark card and having that on the door, on the glass, that's going to get their attention. Even if they're going into the garage, this neon pink something on their door is going to get their attention, right? So just some little stuff that I do. Okay. Okay, so ways you can contact the seller, we have that Cool Realty Resources Program. You can sit down with your admin or call them and request, schedule an appointment for them to view any desk and remote access and log you in that way. We can just only have so many people in the program at a time. That's why we have to give out the code. So we will log you in, you can utilize it, and when you're done, just make sure you hit log out. The white pages, smart apps, Bokio, you can look on social media a lot of times and find people for their business pages and phone numbers. How to find their primary address. Same resource for the contact info. You can go to the county property records, ask a neighbor. You'd be surprised how many of the neighbors will just chunk up their whole life story to you. What to do if the community is gated, prospect by telephone, enter the community door. You can send a letter. What to do if no one's at the property, leave a card with request to call you. Hey, sorry, I missed you, please call me. Prospect on my telephone, or keep coming back. So if I have a specific target neighborhood or a specific target property, I keep those as like a star. I keep them highlighted. So when I do go during the week, I'm going to all these. I take my priority ones that I really want to focus on. I make sure I throw those back in my list on Saturday. So Saturday, I'm coming back to them again. And don't just knock on them once, right? Imagine if, like, let's say in a month's time, you have a specific neighborhood that you're really working hard, and you end up hitting this house while you're back over there again, because you'll notice that you'll be back in another neighborhood again, and another expired will come up. Well, go back to your list of all the ones you have from that neighborhood. Go knock out all those again while you're there. Be effective with your time. And especially when you do finally get a hold of them between calling them and going to their house and say, yeah, I was by your neighborhood a few times last week. Did you get the card I left you? Oh, that was you. Yeah, no, I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I didn't have a chance to call you back. But the fact that you've been to their house more than once shows that you are a proactive realtor who truly works that area. Because why are we there? We're there working. I work your area. I was in your neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop by again and leave another card. What is your goal reason for contacting them? Assume they still want to sell, therefore convincing them to interview you for the job of selling their home immediately. Actions after speaking with the owner, handwritten thank you cards. You guys huge, can't stress this enough. I didn't believe it. I fought Scott tooth and nail because I'm stubborn. And I said, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that, right? And so he kept getting on me. Sharice, do it. You need to do it. You need to do it. Nah, that's stupid. So I actually wrote a little handwritten thank you card to my best friend. Right, I'm like, let's see if this really works. I'm like, hey, just something short and sweet. She called me a crying. And that card today is still on her mantle with all her family pictures. Right? She's like, she's like, I've never gotten a handwritten thank you card before. They're like, that was so awesome. And I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I will do this. So I started doing that in my business. Huge improvement. Because who does that? People don't do that. And it's all about, right? Birthday cards with a stick of gum, $5 or a dollar bill. But people don't do that. It's all about going above and beyond, being different. We are Florida Luxury Realty. You are better than, because you do a lot of these things that we teach you. So the handwritten thank you card goes miles. I've even had people, like 6 months later, I met them at a yard sale. I'm a huge yard sale fan. I love it. So much fun. Get to meet people, you're outside, you're finding amazing treasures, right? And you got your sign on your car, you got your name badge, which shame on me for not wearing that today. It's in my car. And you're rolling up, right? And I was take a minute, stroll around, wait till the owner's not doing anything. Hey, beautiful day for a yard sale. Man, you guys selling lots of stuff? Oh, that's great. Yeah, you guys just, were you doing some spring cleaning, or were you thinking about making a move? They're like, oh yeah, I see you putting your car. I see you do real estate. Oh yeah, we're always helping families in the neighborhood. Were you guys thinking about making a move? Oh, we're just spring cleaning, whatever. We built this house, we'll die in this house, whatever they say. If you have a good conversation, the second I'm done, without looking too creepy, I get back in my car and I write down their address. I write down as much information as I can. They have a little dog named Squeaker, right? They're expecting a grandbaby, whatever it is. The trick is, don't forget when you get to the end of the block, right? Write down the street name. I do that all the time. I got to go back and be like, I know I turned off of this road and it was somewhere over here. But yeah, getting there, and I write them a handwritten thank you card afterwards, right? 50 cents. Thank you for chatting with me today at your yard sale. It was so nice to meet you guys. Wish you the best of luck and everything. If there's anything I can do for you or anyone let me know. And I literally had months later, people call me and say, oh, Sharice, you probably don't remember me. We met at this yard sale. But listen, my son is coming down from Michigan. Can you help him buy a house? Absolutely, I can. Right? All just having a good conversation, making connection, and doing that one extra little step that nobody does, and sending them a thank you card with one of my business cards in it. I've had people that I've followed up with, like for sale by owners, previewed, and then, sent them the thank you card, and then they follow up with them, they're like, yeah, we just took it off the market, we're just gonna stay here, blah, blah, whatever, okay. Then 6 months later, their motivation, whatever in their life changed, they're ready to sell now, they call me, I go to their house to sit down for the interview, and what do I see on the refrigerator? My thank you card that I gave them. It's like, aw, like, you just never know. All right, you guys, when is the best time this prospect expired sentence?
Mhm.
It is today. But so kind of in line with what I was saying, mornings between about 9:30 and noon, evenings after 5:30. I like to start my day about 3:30, get warmed up, get out there, get my stuff together. And then as the day goes on, I know it's just going to get better and better and better. Which days are the best days to prospect? First of the month on Saturdays. Well, you should prospect every day. But the days you're going to get the most leads. So most people, when they set up their listings, they set it up to expire at the end of the month, right? So I do Red X leads. And when I pull them fresh each week. So I have a fresh stack from the week. There might be, 50, 60, maybe 100. When I pull them, not really 100, but I'm only 50 or 60. When I pull them after the first of the month, I like 300, 400 leads on there, right? It's crazy because that's when, so that's the biggest day. And also after the beginning of the year, how many people make their listings on January 1st? Dude, I think I had like 600, 700 leads that day. It was insane, like right after the first of the year. And again, Saturdays are your best day for prospecting. How soon should my appointment be from the listing time? So I make the appointment, I call them, we want to make an appointment. How soon do I want to make that appointment? Yes, as soon as possible. While they're hot, fresh, motivated, get in the door. Don't try to do it 2 weeks later. Success starts with practicing and mastering the skills of prospecting experience. Shoot me down. But you overcome it, you get it, and you're going to find success. How to become confident, fearless, and improve your prospects to lead ratio? Practice, practice, practice. The common theme today is practice your scripts and objection handlings. The more you do it, the better you'll sound. So when you're practicing, sorry, I diverted from this earlier. So the best methods for practicing is when you want to take, and I tell people, don't feel overwhelmed. Pick one script or pick one objection a day, right? And you say that out loud over and over and over again. Don't worry about punctuation or tonation or tonality, any of that. Just say it fast. Say the exact words on the page. Use your finger if you have to. Say the exact words on the page fast over and over and over again. Do it 2 or 3 times. You'll realize how it's actually exhausting, believe it or not. So you do it 3, 4, 5 times. You almost feel exhausted. Stop. Now go back and read it again naturally. And record yourself. Actually, I challenge you to do this. Read the scripts and rebuttals on your own first, just reading them, trying to sound great, and record yourself. Then do what I just told you to do. Say it out loud, quickly, as fast as you can, over and over and over and over again until you become exhausted. Then turn around and say it again naturally. And OMG, are you going to hear a complete difference? So I suggest you say it out loud over and over again as much as you can. Then close it. Try to say it without looking at it. Some people have different strategies. Some people are more of pen to paper. So you say it out loud over and over and over again, and then write it. Then cover it up and say it. Right? Get to that point. Can you master like 5, 6 sentences in a day?
Yeah, I can. I do it a lot.
A lot of people, they see the script packet that I did, and they're like, oh my God. Pick one a day. Give yourself a week. Pick one rebuttal a day. Pick one script a day.
I started remembering, I remember like 3 or 4 of the, ones, what's my commission, or I'm not ready to sell today, or I'm going to do it on my own. One of those things, I remember those in like one day of doing that. But that's just because I'm used to doing these types. So scripts is not really an issue for me.
But you gotta sound natural and confident.
Yeah.
And then also practice your listing presentation at the same time. Some methods to practice, read them, don't read them quietly, read them out loud. Record yourself, play it back, role play with other people is the big things. Myths is that, you might sound fake or like a robot, you're acting, it's stupid. It's not. The facts are that the more you do it, the more natural you sound when you're speaking with people. You're gonna have the objections quickly to help them overcome that. And when you can overcome their objections, what's the most objections a person will ever give you before they say yes? 5. Can you handle 5 objections? Yeah. If you can tough through 5 objections, you got that business. And I'll tell you a secret too that I've learned over the years is that that person who ran you through those 5 objections and ran you and grilled you, that is gonna be your best client ever. Because that is somebody who doesn't want a weak person.
Right.
They don't want someone that's gonna, because I mean, if I can't fight for me, how am I gonna fight for you? I can't fight for my commission, how am I gonna fight for your net? Right? So that person that grills you and puts you through that, and you can stand up to them and you can match them and you can help them overcome that, they're gonna be your best friend, they're gonna be your biggest advocates, and you're gonna get so much referral business from that person, it's not funny. Stand up, you can handle 5 objections, you got it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Scripts, help you speak the truth, getting started, discipline yourself, how, set up a reward system, practice every day. When you do things you need to do and you generate business, give yourself a reward. I love those new shoes over there, but I'm not gonna buy them until I get myself an appointment first. But whatever it is, different things. I'm on a diet, I'm staying away from Starbucks. Man, I booked 2 listing appointments this week, I'm gonna go have me a Frappuccino. How to get myself to just do it, be accountable, learning scripts and attending stuff. Reward yourself. We just talked about that. Oh, this is old back office. When's the best time to do this?
Today.
Okay. Questions? Okay, so really quick, I see you're packing up and gotta go.
I know, I have a preview.
Okay, so really fast, you guys have these script packets?
I did, I took
Okay, so you got one, do you have one of these?
So Fred has one question. He said,
Yeah.
if the customer asks, how many houses have you sold, and you're new and haven't sold any, where do you go from there?
You lean on the company, always.
There's a script.
Yeah, there's a script for that. There's a rebuttal in this packet for that. So basically you're gonna lean on the company. You're gonna lean on the company's years of expertise, how you have 5 workers behind you holding your hand, guiding you through this process. So say, you know, the great thing is that Florida Luxury Realty, we've been around for 20 years now. We specialize in selling homes that didn't sell the first time around, just like yours. A lot of times even the best homes don't really sell the first time around. It just takes fresh ideas and approaches like what we use at Florida Luxury Realty to get homes sold. Listen, give me 15, 20 minutes. Let me sit down. Let me show you what we do so differently and how we get homes sold. Are you available Tuesday evening or Saturday better for you? Just kind of like that. So it's lean on the company. And then too, another objection that people can use too is about, you know, yeah, sure, I don't have 50 listings like the lady in this neighborhood, but here's the beautiful thing is that lady with 50 listings, how much personal attention do you think that those people are getting? You know, it just becomes a process to her. For me, I plan on only handling, I only plan on handling 3 clients at a time is my goal right now. I don't want to handle more than that because I want to make sure that each of my clients feel special and that they have my attention and I'm able to direct the proper marketing time and energy into each of those listings to do a fabulous job for you versus the person who has 40 listings down the road. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Skyler? Do you want to be one of a number or do you want to be somebody who feels special and knows that they're getting the time and the attention that they promised you? Something kind of like that. Okay? All right. Anybody else have questions online? Anything else? Okay, all right, sorry, I know I talk a million miles a minute, but did you guys learn some stuff?
Oh, yes, a whole lot.
Okay, awesome, good, all right, and anything you missed and I talk too fast, it's all recorded, so you can play it slow. But these scripts are awesome, I have some wonderful scripts in here for you guys, so there is the expired script in here, I have a number of rebuttals, so you wanna put it together in a nice 3-ring binder. Use the sheet protectors, only do 1 sheet per page, don't do the front and back, it's gonna mess you up. 1 sheet per page, and then on like the ones that have the objections, what you want to do is you want to get those little sticky labels. So like when you're in an expired listing, there's I'm going to stay with the same agent. I found another agent. We're going to take it off the market. I'm going to sell it myself. Where were you? Put those little tabs in there. So when you're talking, you're practicing, or you're on the call, you can real quick. I'm going to stay with the same agent. Okay. Great. So what I'm hearing is that you felt obligated to the last agent because you spent a lot of time and money on your property, right? Great. Mr. Seller, you don't owe them anything. You don't owe me anything. You do it yourself the very best. This is a business decision, right? So give me 15, 20 minutes. Let me show you what I can do to get home sold. Boom. Okay. All right. And you got 2 packets. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully you learned some amazing stuff and I didn't bore you to death. And if there's any questions you guys have on this, please feel free to reach out to me or any one of your 5 workers we have available. All right, you guys, make it a great day, and hopefully I will see you at the mixer this evening. Take care.